If you saw my last video, you would know that I was in Cappadocia for 3 days. I showed you day 1 and day 2 last week. This is day 3. This is how I woke up, and it was such a beautiful morning to start the day with. It looked promising, but today I had realized I should have not done 2 things in Cappadocia. Want to know what? Keep watching. Just woke up at like 5:23, 5:30. I was supposed to wake up at 4:45. I don't know what I was doing, but I woke up and opened my windows and I saw a hot air balloon. Quickly put on a dress because I was wearing some shitty night dress and came upstairs on my roof. Look at this. It is so beautiful. If you can make yourself wake up in the morning, come here. Come to the roof of your hotel and you will be able to see this. This is another experience after the hot air balloon ride. It looks so beautiful. Did you notice I'm wearing my dress inside out due to excitement? I had noticed it after such a long time, and well, this was the view which was keeping my attention, and safe to say I was trapped in the moment, so I didn't even notice what I was wearing. And if you're in Goreme, make sure you wake up early in the morning, go to the rooftop of your hotel. Every single hotel has similar view like this, and catch these hot air balloons. I asked around with the locals, and the best place to catch hot air balloons in the morning is Love Valley. I did not have a way to go there, so I just stayed up at my rooftop. And then if you are in Love Valley, this is like the kind of view you get, but I think it's worth it. Grab a taxi, arrange anything, go there. And there are also photographers who actually take your photos with the hot air balloons at Love Valley. It's a pretty big deal over there, so if you're interested, you can check that out. This was our last day in Cappadocia, and it was time to get ready for breakfast and to head out for our last activity. When you book a hotel in Turkey, make sure you have ticked breakfast included, because you will regret it if you haven't. Have a look. That is all for 2 people. And that looks like a massive spread. In Australia, if we have like breakfast included, it's usually bread and cereal, nothing else, and this is amazing. There are multiple tour options in Cappadocia, and I had 1 day, so I wanted to do the longer one, which is the green tour. We had got a really nice deal of 2,000 liras, out of which 1,300 was spent on green tour for 2 people, which is a very good deal, I feel, and it includes a pickup, drop off, as well as lunch. You are bound to spend about 1 whole day on this tour, so make sure you have got enough time in hand when you are booking this. At the first stop of the green tour, which is Goreme Panoramic View, and just got to know that they are formed by volcanic activity that happened thousands of years ago, and this is like such a unique geography. I have never seen something like this. This place is very crowded, and there's like a queue to take picture at that spot. Next stop is Kamaykali Underground city, which is one of the 10 cities that's open to visitors. There are about 100 underground cities in Cappadocia, and only 35 of them have been found, and 10 of them open to the visitors. I just got to know that. I have no prior information. The ticket price for the underground city, if you're coming here on your own, is 100 Turkish lira. This underground city was built in 7th century BC and is a maze of tunnels and caves that connect with each other, and there are 8 levels in this city which go deep underground, and 5 are open to the public, which goes all the way up to 25 meters below the ground. There was everything: food storage, rooms, toilets, winery, kitchen, burial grounds, and so much more. And And just imagining that people actually used to live here and protect themselves from the war and all the things that were happening overground, it was very terrifying and as well as interesting to see how civilization evolved and developed over time. People back in time actually built these cities to protect themselves from foreign invaders during the war that was happening in Turkey, when everyone wanted to conquer the land and people just wanted to live their life in peace and not get killed, so they built these cities. Then in 1923 the people abandoned these cities, and finally in 1963 a man found a room behind one of his house's walls, and rest is history. The whole underground life was exposed and rediscovered. This underground city is like the perfect place for me, the perfect size. I fit in everywhere. Got done with the tour. It's amazing. It's so interesting to see how these people carved out such a massive city underground, and I have tried to show as much as I could because there was like less time and less space, so hopefully this you can understand how amazing this is, but you have to experience it to know how incredible this place looks. Also, if you can, do come here by yourself. The ticket is 100 lira, and you can have your own time to explore this place. If you come with a tour, you have like really limited time. Like, I mean, I would have loved to spend another hour inside, exploring the different caves and caverns and little alleys. But yeah, because we were with the tour, it was a little difficult to stay for a longer time. We still like sneaked out and took some pictures and videos of places that we were not taken to. So if you want to come here, come by yourself. It's a small group tour and really nice people, but the only problem I have with group tours is that you are rushed at every spot and there's like very limited time to explore, and they just show the basics. So if you are coming here and if you're able to, hire your own car or hire a taxi and come to these places so you can explore them properly and take your own time to see these places. They are incredible, they are so beautiful and they're so interesting. There's a lot of history, but if you don't get enough time, I think you won't be able to enjoy it. At least I'm not. After another 45 minutes of driving from Kamaykali Underground city, we are here at Ilara Valley, which is, I think, one of the most famous attractions in Cappadocia. I've been pronouncing this place wrong. It's called Ihlara, not Ilhara. Sorry about that. And it is too hot. Remember to bring a cap, sunglasses and sunscreen. I think we are here. And we are going to Belisirma. That's where we'll have lunch. I saw this restaurant on Instagram and it looks really nice. It's on the river, so hoping to get a nice table over here. You need to get down 365 stairs or 360 stairs to get down to the valley. And I saw a few people coming back up as well, so if you decide to come back the same way, just remember there are 300 stairs, more than 300 stairs. Ilara Valley is a place where you can spend the whole day. There are multiple hikes. Ihlara Valley is a deep river canyon in central Turkey, and the Menendez River flows 9 kilometers between the canyon, and whenever you're walking around in this area, you will see the river flowing next to you. The tracks are well marked. It is a very flat hike. The only problem is that it is very hot, so you need to consider that when you are booking your tour. This is a place I would probably enjoy on a cloudy day when it's not as hot as it was when I was walking. So the name of this restaurant is Derinkuyu. I don't know. It's called Diker. I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't want to mispronounce it, so I'm spelling it. You can come here, book one of these sitting areas and have a few refreshments on your walk to Belisirma, and it's pretty crowded, but it looks so beautiful. I mean, this is ideal on a hot day. Everything was going well until this point. I was noticing since the morning that I was not able to spend much time at the points we were visiting. We were hardly given 10 minutes. And after this point, the guide started walking so fast to cover up, I don't know what speed or what part of the whole thing, that he left 5 of us behind, and he had no idea that 5 people were actually not with the group. He just kept walking with everyone else, and we could not find the way. We could not see where everyone is, where we should go. It wouldn't have been a problem if the way was straight, but there was a fork that we reached where there were 2 paths going. One was straight and one was uphill to another spot, and we did not know which way the guide took the whole group. So we tried searching on the path that was going uphill, spent about 20 minutes looking on that route, but there was no one. Came back, then went to the other side that was going straight ahead, and finally found them. And when I found them, that guide was so rude and so annoyed at the fact that we were lagging and we were walking slowly apparently, and he did not realize that he had not stopped for us. So it was like a very annoying and frustrating experience with this tour, and that is why I don't like group tours, because you can't see anything at your own pace, and I just don't want to rush around everything, just touch and go at every point. So this was like pretty annoying, but still I let it go. I thought, let's go and have lunch, because that was supposed to be at a really nice restaurant with the river, alongside the river. That's what they had advertised, but guess what, it did not happen either. Finally at Belisirma Village at their restaurant, and we're gonna have lunch here. Just got done with lunch, and in the tour this is what they sell, like lunch over here, and let me show you what they offer, what they actually, where we had lunch over here. Clickbait. But the tour doesn't end here. We still had a couple more spots to see, and it was getting hotter, so it was getting harder for me to walk around in that heat. But we still managed and got to the next spot. So here we are at the next stop, which is Sileme Monastery. There's a 10 to 12 minutes walk up the hill to reach the monastery. Let's see if we can do it or not. It's damn hot. So this monastery was built in 8th century AD, and it was a church at first. Then it was conquered by the Turks and converted into a camel caravan park. It has an interesting history, and I'm going inside to show you this beautiful monastery that was carved right out of stone. Oh wow, the amount of effort these people have put to make this marvelous structure that's still standing 3,000 years, like thousands of years later. How they made this and preserved it for so many years is astonishing. I mean, look at these views. This is the monastery, which was actually the church, but he said the paintings have been removed, but the alfrescoes over here. This place was like a playground for me. I was enjoying so much walking around everywhere and just taking pictures, checking out different rooms and different caves, and everything was so interesting. I'm sorry, I was wrong. That was the monastery and this is the church. And yes, the paintings have been removed. I mean, they got erased. But how beautiful this is. Look at this architecture. It's like a maze. There's so many different rooms and caves and alleys and tunnels to explore around here. I mean, I can spend the day in this area. Oh, it's beautiful, but it's time for us to go. We were given 30 minutes for a change. Only once throughout the day we are given a little more time than normal, and now 20 minutes are up. We are going down and trying to grab something to eat. No, not eat, drink. Then we'll see what to do.
That's a very brand.
It's so hot, you will need to keep on drinking water or something cold. Otherwise you can't survive this heat. I slept off in the bus, but woke up and we are at a jewelry shop. Exited as quickly as I entered. And we are at the last stop of the day, and the day has gotten better. The heat is bearable, the wind is really nice, and we are at Pigeon Valley. So Pigeon Valley is called Pigeon Valley because the houses in here, the cave houses in here, have little windows carved into them for pigeons. Pigeons were housed in these places. They were used for fertilizers, and the eggs were used as a glue for paintings. Just got to know from our guide. But yeah, this is very interesting how the cave dwellers manage their lives with just simple natural things. And that was the end of our green tour. The places are amazing. The tour is actually worth the money, but the only thing I don't like is the rushed way of traveling. I don't like to travel that way, and I'm not able to appreciate the place much. I mean, I take vlogs and photos and videos, and I like to spend time at every spot I am at. So for me, this was very rushed. I would have liked to spend at least 20 minutes at one spot. But definitely must do. If you can do it by yourself, you should do it by yourself. If you can book a private tour, do that. Otherwise, this is the last option you'll have, and I don't think you should miss it. As I was saying bye to Cappadocia, I was thinking that I should have done a few things differently. Firstly, I should have stayed here longer. This place is beautiful. There's so much to explore, so much to see. I wanted to see Love Valley, do the Red Tour, see the Uchisar Castle, Goreme Open Air Museum. There was so much left that I did not do, and I really wanted to do that. So if you are coming here, make sure you have ample time in hand, because Goreme is a place you would not want to leave. It is magical, it is beautiful, and it is something that you will always remember. And the other thing I would have done differently was not take a group tour. That was okay, but if you want to travel on your own pace and not cram up a lot of places without actually being able to spend time in those places, this is something you should do as well. Hire a car from Goreme, drive on your own, and see these places by all yourself. But it's okay, there's always a second time, so I am sure I'm gonna come back and explore this city better and in a different way, because I have not got enough of this place. And if you still stuck around until this point, do subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, because it does give my video a little bit of boost up. And until then, bye bye, I'll see you in my next video next week.